This is a Fox News alert. The death toll from Hurricane Irma's romp through the Caribbean has risen to 22. Now Irma and its 155 miles per hour winds are taking dead aim at South Florida. Miami metropolitan area, about 6 million people, about 1.5 million people have been told to leave their homes. Actually, all of the Keys are in trouble here, and they're saying now is the time to get out if you're in the Keys of Florida. Also tracking a little west towards the Naples-Fort Myers area. We are watching every moment as the National Hurricane Center comes out with new forecasts. It has clogged interstates as far north as Atlanta tonight. Let's check in on the storm preparations far away from the expected landfall. Senior correspondent Rick Leventhal, 260 miles up the Florida East Coast in Daytona Beach tonight. Good evening, Rick.
Good evening, Brett. They're getting rain here now. They're expecting tropical storm force winds to begin sometime around midnight Saturday, and then within 48 hours from now, they're saying hurricane force winds could rock Volusia County, which doesn't see a lot of hurricanes, but last year Hurricane Matthew did some $67 million worth of damage here, a lot of it to these oceanfront hotels, which were inundated by the high winds and then the heavy rains, which flooded many hotel rooms here. They're not sure how bad things will be from Irma, but it could be worse. And over the past 3 days, we've seen a lot of preparations here, including people boarding up their homes and filling sandbags. There was one sandbag spot in South Daytona Beach where they were filling thousands of sandbags over the past 3 days, dumping truckload after truckload of sand and shipping it out as quickly as they could bring it in. People were allowed up to 25 bags each. We talked to officials there who said that people got what they needed, but that this was probably just the beginning.
We're always concerned, but you know, we're ready. We're as ready as we're going to be, and you know, our city will be prepared to respond afterwards. And we'll be out immediately after the storms pass. As soon as the winds go below 35, we'll be back out on the streets, clearing streets and helping people out.
There is a mandatory evacuation order in effect for folks in the low-lying areas, and that's where we saw people boarding up homes this morning. It's also boarding up businesses near the beach. Volusia County, by the way, about the size of Rhode Island with 550,000 residents. The sheriff told us that he thinks that most of those residents are still here and probably will not heed that mandatory evacuation order, and he just hopes those folks will stay off the streets.
We're still on the quote-unquote dirty end of the storm, of the hurricane. So wind and rain are going to be a major factor to us. And of course, you always have somebody who does something stupid. And now it puts my responders in danger because they have to go out and save that person.
The sheriff's office does have some high water vehicles, some MRAPs, military vehicles that they will send officers out in with medical personnel if necessary to effect those rescues. But Brett, they're obviously hoping that that won't be necessary.
Rick Leventhal live in Daytona Beach. Rick, thanks.